spikes him.
Oh my God. Oh my
It's
God.
over.
We've got a new champion.
Ring the bell.
I just remember Wrestle-Rama that night and just seeing the faces. It was disbelief.
Nobody saw it coming, but everybody should have.
For such a loud, rabid fan base, it was silent.
Jordan Devlin finally got beat.
It took us all by surprise. Devlin had been our hero and had been invincible, really, for so long. And it hurts. There's no two ways about it to see your hero vanquished, to see your hero beaten.
Even Jordan couldn't believe it himself. I think he'd gotten comfortable with himself on top and he underestimated Walter. And he admits that, he knows that.
You know, anybody who follows wrestling, they know what Walter's capable of. The absolute hush over the crowd was not a surprise to me.
Reality set in. Like, Walter is the reality.
I guess already from that very first night, I knew that Jordan was plotting the comeback.
The ring general killed the import killer.
I think the world's eyes are watching Irish wrestling, and we have a champion that just seems to have no respect for the title that he holds, unfortunately.
Walter winning that belt, carrying that belt, defending that belt, it's definitely brought more attention to OTT.
Since Walter's been champion, it's obviously OTT has benefited from it. I don't see what the big deal is about Jordan really needing that belt back. I think Walter's done more favors for OTT than Jordan ever did for him.
I don't rate him as respectful to our title, you know. He dropped it on stage. That was a very disrespectful thing to do, but who's going to stop him, you know? He's a monster.
Like, as high as Jordan got it, it has to be said, Walter's at the making it, you know, just a little bit more.
Walter's the type of guy who, he kind of walks into a building and he mightn't say hello to you, he might just walk by you. It's like you don't really get the sense that he really cares about being a champion of the company. It's like he doesn't really care about representing the company in any way, shape or form. He probably doesn't know anyone's name.
Jordan lives for that belt. He lives to represent OTT. No matter where he goes, he knows he's carrying OTT on his back. Walter, it's just another toy to him.
It's because of the wars that Devlin has brought him. It's because of the fights that Devlin has brought. It's because of the deep water that Devlin has dragged him into that has made this arguably the most compelling feuds anywhere in world wrestling.
You know, they have that classic line of him and Angle. It was like, but Jordan, what if you die? Oh, but Angle, what if I don't? What if Jordan can't beat Walter?
I don't think I'd like to think about what happens if Devlin can't beat Walter on that night. It would be very tough to come back from. It's revenge against Walter. It's reclaiming the OTT title or bust.
Another loss, I don't think he can come back from it.
I'd worry for the OTT title because if Jordan can't beat Walter, I don't know who could.
When you look at Jordan Devlin and Walter, when they've actually shared the ring a few times, the one thing that becomes clear is just how dominant Walter is and just how much of a size and strength difference there is.
What does Jordan have to do to beat Walter? Well, he hasn't figured it out yet.
I've been there with Walter. I've had Walter on the back foot. I've had his shoulders to the mat. But the only way I got it done was going outside the rules. That's what Jordan's going to have to do. He's going to have to do things that he hasn't done in OTT. He's going to have to go that extra mile to beat Walter.
From personal experience, Jordan is more determined, more aggressive than I've ever seen. Now that he finally has a star in his rearview mirror, now he can focus all that determination, all of that aggression on one man, on Walter.
You know, we've seen him knock Walter out. We've seen Walter on his knees begging Jordan to step off.
It's like the 4-minute mile. Everyone presumed that it wasn't humanly possible to break a 4-minute mile. Then it gets done once, and within weeks, multiple men are doing it. I think that psychological difference that Devlin's going to have coming into this fight, the fact that he knows that he can grab Walter, slap that package pile driver on, slam his head into the mat and cover him for a 3 count, that's going to be in Devlin's mind when he walks in there.
I think if anyone can do it, it's Jordan Devlin. But if he doesn't, I honestly don't know who. This is Scrapper Mania. This is our biggest show of the year. The wrestling community as a whole is watching Irish wrestling.
I genuinely don't. I think everybody will have
their breath held for the entire match.
It's Scrappermania, it's Ireland versus the world, it's Jordan Devlin finally going one-on-one with Walter in the biggest rematch. The atmosphere is just going to be electric. There's a sense of Irish pride, there's a sense of the Irishman trying to take back his title.
We know how to put on those big fight feel events. This is going to be no different. Scrappermania 5, the biggest night of the year in the Irish wrestling calendar. 2,200 rabid Irish wrestling fans ready to raise the roof, all clamouring for a Jordan Devlin win. OTT does it like nobody else. We are OTT. This is going to be the night.
The Irish Ace is walking away with the world title.